strong body, strong life, and why men can't afford to let themselves go. Welcome back to the podcast. This isn't just about fat loss. It's not about abs or looking good on the beach. It's about something way deeper. Why so many men, especially in their 30s and 40s, stop showing up for themselves, and how that one decision slowly erodes everything else. When you let your body go, it's not just the weight that you gain. You lose your edge. You lose your energy. You lose the fire that made you, you. Let's talk about what it really costs and what you can start doing about it today. So here's where it all starts. Most men don't stop training because they're lazy. They stop because life got heavy. You got responsibilities now. A partner, maybe kids. You're making the financial decisions. Maybe a mortgage, a business. And somewhere along the way, you stop being the priority. Fitness stopped feeling urgent until it did. Until you really started to notice that it was catching up to you. Until you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize yourself. Until walking up the stairs felt like cardio. Until your confidence started to slip and you couldn't explain why. The worst part, you remember what it used to feel like when you were fitter. Now, this really matters because here's what nobody tells you. When you're strong, disciplined, capable, people feel it. Your partner sees it. Your kids feel safer. Your business runs better. You lead better. Not because of your biceps, not because of your abs, but because of the way that you carry yourself. Being fit as a man isn't vanity, it's responsibility. It shows the world and yourself that you're in control, that you're not slipping, that you're still him. If you let that go, you let go of the standard that made you a man worth following. So here's what you can actually focus on. This isn't about being shredded. It's not about being the most fit guy in the room. Nothing like that. Heck, you can even relate this to your work life. Like maybe the finances are starting to slip a little bit and you haven't been working as hard and you need to get back to that. You can apply this same perspective about fitness in every area of your life. If you're not showing up in your relationships in a respectful manner, your partner is going to feel that. Your kids are going to feel that. If you're not showing up to your job with the responsibility to carry of being the hardest worker in the room, not just the dude who slacks and doesn't do much, everybody's going to feel that. And obviously it depends on where you work. It depends on your finances. It depends on your relationship. I'm not saying to be perfect, but my hope is hopefully that you take some perspective away from this to use the things in your life to regain back that feeling of you being in control. Because you can't control everything around you. Like you can't, it's impossible. But a lot of the time you can control the way that you show up for yourself. And a lot of that is done by how you take care of yourself. And a lot of that is done through taking care of your fitness and your eating. So if you've been off track with yourself, with you feel unhappy, you don't feel confident, you feel depressed, you feel your life is kind of like not the best. You don't need anything to, make it feel like you have more. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need anything. All you need is yourself to start living a better life, which is the best part about working on your health and your fitness. So here's where you can start. Set a schedule for yourself that you can actually keep. 3 to 4 training sessions a week. Non-negotiable. I think 3 is great. But better than that, instead of just thinking it, write it down. Put it on a calendar. Have it somewhere where you can see it. Hire a coach. One that's personable and actually helps you work with like what you have and doesn't just give you a 6-day random PDF split and then boom, bada boom, you're good. Like you're not going to follow that. It needs to work with your schedule and your life. One of the biggest reasons why I see men fail in their 30s, I'm not even 30 yet, but I'm getting there. And like, this is the one thing that I am going to make sure that I have on track no matter what. I'll wake up early, I'll stay, it doesn't matter. But the fitness is going to be locked in because that is what keeps this locked in. If that's not locked in, other things in life are not going to be locked in. So lock the fuck in. Lock the schedule the fuck in. Write it down on a calendar, on a piece of paper, whatever it is, in your phone notes. Keep it with you. Keep that shit on lock. But make sure that it works for your schedule and your life. Like you need to find times to work out, and you don't need the craziest workouts. 45 to 60 minutes. I can only do like 45 to 60 minute workouts right now, and I'm 25. 4 times a week. That's all I have time for. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That is it. Otherwise, I'm working, I have life plans, busy, family, girlfriend, life, blah, blah, blah. But write it the fuck down. Get it locked in and match it with what you can handle. And a good rule of thumb to follow is like, if you're used to doing the most and going all in, which most people, like if you're not in fitness or like it's not a routine, most people really gravitate towards going all in, but that's where they fail. You don't need that. You can work out twice a week and see crazy health benefits. Even a full body workout once a week with weights is so beneficial. I recommend locking in a weight training plan that's, anywhere from 1 to 3 to maybe 4 days a week if you're in your 30s and you have a life. Even if you don't have a life, lock it in. And I suggest weight training only because it has the best bang for buck in terms of health benefits. Now, if you're in your 30s, like even for me, I'm not working out for anything specific. I'm working out for me. I'm working out to feel better. I also want to maintain my body's look. Like I like to look, like I'm in shape. It feels good. But it feels even better like actually being in shape, being able to run and feel like you are a bull. You know what I mean? And that's how I want to feel in my life. I want to feel like I'm like a supercar, but just for life. So even for me now, I don't work out for anything crazy. It's just to live a healthy, strong life. I want to maintain or at least build a little bit of strength, stay muscular, and that's it. But weight training is what gets it done in the least amount of time. And maybe you can find a different kind of activity or something that keeps you fit, like golf or swimming or whatever it is. But if you're, getting into your older and later years, I recommend weightlifting. It keeps you young. It keeps you feeling good. And other activities like golfing, swimming, or yoga or things like that, they don't have the same benefits. They don't provide as much longevity. Like weightlifting really does a lot for you, and you don't need a lot of it. Like you really don't. One weight training session a week, full body, can provide great health benefits to you. But even if it's twice, amen, brother and sister, if you're watching this, it just helps you the most. It'll help you build muscle. You'll feel better. You'll have more energy. You'll feel stronger, more capable, more functional for daily life activities with your kids, with family, with work. It keeps you locked in on even just the fact of locking in on a schedule once a week, twice a week, or 3 times. Even that alone works your mind because it's something that you have to stay disciplined to, which then, when you do things that you don't want to do, it helps other things that are hard in life feel easier because you're working that discipline part. Lock in a schedule. I cannot express that enough. It's more than just weightlifting. It's more than just working out. Yes, it has the health benefit, but it also works the mental. You got to get that locked in. Put it in your calendar. Know the plan. Get a full plan set up for you. Even better, get a full customized plan built by me, and I will help you with this. That's what I do for all of my clients, and I approach it the same exact way. It's all based on the client, and it's all based on what they can actually do. If they have any aches or pains, or mobility issues, or stuff that they got to work on, exercises they can do, can't do, no matter like where they're working out, is programmed. But when you get that locked in, you get the discipline factor, and you get the health benefits from it. And then you can throw in some other stuff if you want, some other activities like golf or swimming or biking or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But longevity speaking, or in longevity terms, like weightlifting is key. Eat like the man who respects his body. I'm not saying to, like, and here's another thing. People try to just eat 100% clean. They're like, oh, I haven't been for a while. I'm going to go all in on eating clean for the rest of the year. And like, that's not going to work. Even me, I don't eat clean all the time. Like every morning I have bacon and eggs and sourdough, like literally. So you need to learn how to fit in good foods while still accomplishing your fitness goal. I'm gonna tell you what, when you're truly just in a decent routine with working out, like we just talked about, you can still eat really good if you're training properly. And if you want to still be able to enjoy your life and go to events and, you know, enjoy and not have to stress about what to pick on the menu or like whatever it is, get your training in check. Because when you get really good at weightlifting, just even basic weightlifting, even if your full plan was based around machines and you built up a lot of strength and muscle and you were in, like, you can tell when somebody's in good shape, 15% body fat at least, like pretty lean, has some, you know, abs showing a bit, whatever. Like, you're in good shape. You don't have to worry about these little moments here and there. Like, life becomes a lot easier. Get the training dialed. Get really good at it. Get really strong. Like, if you're a woman, get yourself hip thrusting 3 plates. If you're a dude, like, get yourself leg pressing, you know, 5-6 plates aside. Like, you know, get your strength up, because it alone will help you so much with living a more balanced lifestyle when it comes to eating. Especially if you're someone who wants to look good with their shirt off, but also if you're just someone who wants to like live their life. So eat like a man who respects his body. You need to prioritize protein, eat real food 80% of the time. 20% of the time, enjoy yourself. And if you have your training in check, that 80-20 rule will work. But the thing is you have to have all fields checked off. You have to have the training checked off and the nutrition. If the training's checked off, the 80-20 rule is not going to work. If the 80-20 rule is there, then it's all going to work. You need to live with purpose. Don't just go through the motions. Train to build strength physically and mentally. Track your numbers. Make sure that you're progressing. Make the most out of the time that you're putting in with your workouts. You live this life once, and people waste so much time not doing things to their fullest extent. Try to adapt the mindset of being the hardest worker in the room with everything in your life. Or at least just like the top priority things: your health, your finances, and relationships. Picture who you want to be in the next 6 months. Stronger, sharper, leaner, more in control. Then act like him every day until you are. It's hard. It's a mental fucking practice. But that's how you do it. If you want change, you need to change. You need to change your behavior to get change. And if that's not there, then nothing's going to change. And again, I'm not saying that you need to push things to the last thing I want to be is this. I don't want this to be some like motivational mumbo jumbo speech, but like these are practical things that you can do in order to like get your body and health in check. Back to the nutrition for one sec. Like just some simple things to make sure that you have locked down. If you're a dude over 200 pounds, eat 0.8 grams per pound body weight in protein. Just calculate it. 0.8 times your body weight. If you're 220, 0.8 times 220. If you're under 200, eat about 1 gram per pound. So if you're 180, eat 180 grams. Like that's it. If you're a lady, like usually you're around, if you're over 200, eat 0.5 grams per pound body weight in protein. If you're under 200, eat 0.8 grams because you just don't really need that much protein. When you have your protein in check and you're eating 30 to 40 grams of protein with each meal a day. If you're a woman, probably 3 solid meals a day with this amount of protein in each meal. If you're a male, maybe 4 meals a day with 30 to 40 grams of protein. And then you fill in the remainder with, carbs, a little bit here and there, some veg, some fruit, whatever, like you're good. But here's what I recommend. Just calculate, if you need to lose a little bit of body fat, calculate your maintenance calories. You can use an online calculator. If you need, if you're losing a bit of body fat, calculate the deficit, plan out some of your meals, just get that in check and just go with the flow. And that's how you can start acting like it. If you're somebody who needs to gain, it's the opposite. Make sure your calories are in a surplus and just make sure that you're on track with the plan like 80 to 90% of the time. You don't need to be 6% body fat, but you do need to be proud of the man in the mirror. You do. It's the worst feeling not being proud of the man in the mirror. And I think the worst way to go around this is like trying to fix it all because you can't. There's a balanced way to go about your training and your eating to make sure that you're still good. So then that way you're feeling good, you're feeling happy, more positive, you can still enjoy your life, but you're also gonna like live longer and like do better with like your kids and like your family and everything else. Like it just adds to life. Like I can't preach this enough. When your body is sharp, or at least even a little bit more sharpened, your life is sharper. You show up different, you speak different, you lead different, and that's what our society needs. That's what your family needs. That's what your friends need. Like they need someone who can lead them. And like, I think being the person in the room who kind of just always goes with the flow and like to a certain extent, like it kind of weighs on you. And like, you probably know that. Like everybody, we're all the same. Flesh, bone, brain, like lungs, heart. Nothing feels better than like being the one in the room who can take care of themselves and like knows what they want and like goes after it, even just like a little bit. It doesn't need to be crazy. So if you're stuck in a rut, if you're tired of feeling average, soft, and slow, it's okay to feel soft here and there. We gotta feel sometimes. I'm not saying to shut off your emotions, but what I'm trying to say is to start adding to your life to improve it. No matter where you are, it's something that you can do. And you can do that with your health and fitness. So it's time to flip the switch. DM me the word reset on Instagram and we'll help you build habits, the body, the mindset to start taking your life back without burning out. This is a real fucking problem that I come across daily as a coach. I talk to a lot of people online, all over the world, mostly Canada and the US. I live in Canada. But I come across it all the time. Like people struggling with confidence, struggling with how they feel, struggling with not being where they're at in life. A lot of my clients go through the same thing. And a lot of that, and even I go through the same thing here and there. It always comes back to the values in your life. And one of those main values is your health. You have to take care of this. It only adds to your life. Just make sure to not overcomplicate it. because you don't need to. But even if you just get on track with it a little bit, man, it feels fucking good. So get that shit on track. If this helped you, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the podcast, my YouTube channel, everything else. If you need a little bit of help or guidance, like, just reach out on Instagram and message me the word restart, and I'll see what I can do. Much love, peace out, and have an amazing day.